Okay, so as you can see from the title of this video, this is going to be a review of the game between Napoli and Chelsea, which took place on the 21st of February, first leg of the first knockout stage of the Champions League, and resulted in a 3-1 win for the home team, Napoli. So, I'll just start off by saying that this game was very entertaining. From a neutral point of view, I don't think either coaches would be too happy with the way this game was played, because defensively both teams were, well, let's just say poor, and this was probably the best time to play Chelsea for any team, because they have been on quite a poor run of form. Defensively they've looked all over the place at times. John Terry's obviously injured. One thing about the Chelsea lineup, there was a few surprises that Ashley Cole didn't start. Basingwa started, although Cole did come on inside the first 15 minutes for Basingwa, who went off with a hamstring injury. Lampard and Essien also didn't start, and Terry wasn't named in the squad at all due to injury. The difference between the two teams was basically Cavani and Lavezzi. For Napoli, they basically won this game because the whole game was just you attack, we attack, you attack. It was actually like a basketball game, pretty much. You could have finished 5-5. So I'm trying to think of some positives for Chelsea that they can take out of this tie. The obvious, they've got an away goal, they've got home leg to come, and they know now that this Napoli defence is there to be had, because they could have scored at least 2 or 3 more goals in this game. So they know they can score goals against this Napoli squad, which was quite surprising, because I remember when Napoli went to and played Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, they defended really well. They frustrated Man City, they got on top of them, they didn't let them play, and they thoroughly deserved a point out of the game. Could even have got 3. They did take the lead in this game after 27 minutes. Juan Mata got the goal. Perfect start, really. I do feel a little bit sorry for Cannavaro, because there wasn't a lot he could have done well. He did lash at it a bit. He tried to clear the ball. It took a nasty bobble. The ball was bobbling about quite a lot on this pitch. It took a nasty bounce, so it was unlucky in that sense, but maybe he could have tried to control it, but it fell nicely, just looped up over, and Mata was there to just volley home the goal from 7-8 yards out. But it was a good finish, and then you're just thinking, just see it out until half time. But no, 10 minutes later Lavezzi equalises. Very good finish, it must be said. Morelos should have done so much better. He was watching runners off the ball, and when Lavezzi's got the ball 20 yards out, you have to close him down. You have to close anyone down, but especially a player of that quality. He had to just not let Lavezzi get that shot away, and he was worried about what was going on, runs going in behind him, and Lavezzi still had a lot to do, to be fair, but it was a brilliant finish. Czech did get a fingertip to it, but you can't really put much blame, if any, on him, and that was 1-1. And then just coaches, this just drives a coach mad, conceding right on the stroke of half time. I mean, it's just one ball over the top from in, that's all it took. One ball, it was a great ball, to be fair, to the far post. It's just beating the whole of the back four, and Cavani's anticipated it brilliantly. Was it handball? Well, I've seen it 4 or 5 times from different angles. He's the only one who's going to know for sure if it was the shoulder or the top of the arm. And like I said, we will never know, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It was a good goal, and that was 2-1 Napoli at half time. Second half, Chelsea started the better of the two teams. They had most of the possession. Most of the game was being played in the Napoli half. But the final ball, or the final bit of luck that Chelsea needed, it just wasn't there. And well, when it's going against you, you never do seem to get the luck that you need. But there wasn't that quality either, which Napoli did have with Lavezzi, Cavani, Hamsik and Maggio and Inler. They just had that bit more quality yesterday. And the first chance of the second half for Napoli, Lavezzi should have made it 3-1. Had a good chance just on the edge of the box. A free shot, he was played in by Cavani, and he's just dragged it wide. He really should have scored, but 10 minutes later, this was their second. Napoli didn't create an awful lot of chances, but the chances they did create were really good chances. And with their second chance in the second half, they score. Luiz fails to clear the ball. He should have just put it out for a corner or whatever, but Cavani gets his body in the way, and Cech's just, what is Cech doing? He's just in no man's land, and Cavani just has a simple task: square it to Lavezzi. Lavezzi strokes it home, and that was 3-1. And then you're thinking, right, Chelsea need a goal now. They need to push forward, and they continue to do so, but without much luck. Just like I said, it wasn't falling for them. Lampard and Essien came on for Morales and Malouda. Just couldn't get it done. And then it could easily have been 4-1 at the other end when this was their third chance in the second half, and they should have scored this one, Napoli. Again, it was just so easy. Just played it straight through the middle of the Chelsea defence. Hamsik and Maggio combine well, squares it to Hamsik, and Ashley Cole clears it off the line. So, from that point of view, maybe 3-1 was a good result in the end, because it could have been 5-1. Nevertheless, some Chelsea fans will say they didn't deserve this result, but unfortunately, it's not about deserving or not. They knew it was going to be a hard game, and if you don't take your chances, and if you can't defend, you will get beaten. It's as simple as that. And like I said, it could have been anything. Chelsea on another day might have won the game. On another day, Napoli might have won it 5 or 6-1. But like I said, Chelsea were just shown up real bad today defensively. They were just completely exposed by not a brilliant Napoli side, but just they're just so clinical. So I don't think Chelsea can have many complaints about the result, and congratulations to Napoli. But the tie is definitely not over, and it should be an entertaining game. Either team could still go through. Napoli obviously now are favourites. Chelsea do have that away goal, but they will probably need to keep a clean sheet at Stamford Bridge. And I'll just quickly go on now to the game between CSKA Moscow and Real Madrid, which finished 1-1. I didn't actually see all of this game. I missed the last 15 minutes. Another very entertaining game, it must be said. Real Madrid took the lead through Cristiano Ronaldo. They could have taken the lead a few minutes before that when the CSKA Moscow goalkeeper, who I believe is their third choice keeper, made a quite amazing double save. I can't remember who had the first shot. Chepchikov is the goalie. Made a good first save. I can't remember who it's from, but Khedira followed up, hit it into the ground, and what a great second save that was. That kept CSKA in the game at that point. Well, I didn't keep them in the game, kept it as 0-0, but not for long, because Ronaldo then scores after 28 minutes. Numerous defensive errors. I think it might have been Shenikov who couldn't clear it, and Ronaldo, this was sweetly struck on the half volley. Did so well to keep it down. How often do you see players just balloon it into a rosette? It wasn't right in the corner, but the sheer power of it, and maybe if the keeper had gone with his legs instead, but it just came at him so quick. You can't really attach any blame to the keeper there, and Real Madrid probably deserved the 1-0 at half time. Second half, CSKA did look dangerous on the attack. In fact, for most of the game they looked threatening without really creating too much, but they have actually got some really quality attacking players, the likes of Doumbia and Ahmed Musa, who he's only 19 years old. I think they signed him from VVV Venlo in the Dutch league in January, and he looks like he already is a really good player, and he's only going to get better, obviously, age only 19. And also Honda and Odyssey. So they definitely have got some very good attacking players, as I say, CSKA. But Real Madrid did look the more likely out of the two teams to double their lead. Had a few chances, couldn't take them, and it came back to bite them in the end, because pretty much with the last kick of the game, like I said, I didn't see the goal live. I've since seen it. The ball was ripped in from the free kick. It wasn't properly cleared. Dropped to Vernbloom, and it's a good finish by him to make it 1-1 going into the second leg, which makes it interesting. Real Madrid will be feeling pretty sick, conceding, well, pretty annoyed at conceding a late goal. But on the whole, they're still strong favourites to go through. 1-0, they've got the away goal. You'd expect them to beat CSKA Moscow 9 times out of 10. And that's all they've got to do at the Bernabeu, just win the game, and they'll be through. But it does make the tie slightly more interesting going in all square to the second leg, and they've still got quite a bit of work to do.